Okay, now that we have all of our supplies set up and prepped, ready to go for our field IV start, now we're going to do it. First thing, we're going to take the tourniquet right here. I'm going to put it around the patient's arm. I like to start with going above the elbow, right mid bicep, relatively tight, and push the tourniquet right back through. The reason I like up in this area is because it exposes my ACs. ACs are a preferred IV site to go after because they can hold a larger IV catheter, and they also are good for IV contrast if a patient needs to go into CT. At that point, I'm going to have my patient hang his arm down and have him pump his arm 5 to 10 times. As that happens, you see the ACs start to nicely pop out there. Next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to prep the site. For this, I have a ChloraPrep that I'm going to use. I'm going to break in the middle to expose the cleaning agent into the sponge. At that point, I'm going to wipe right over the site that I want to go into right there in his left AC. I'll let that dry for approximately 20 to 30 seconds while I get the rest of my stuff ready. Now, for this specific one, I decided to go with an IV lock flush rather than my IV tubing. If I choose to go to the tubing later, I can just plug it into the lock flush. Set that right there. Now, a couple other things I have ready to go is my tegaderm to put over. I have my 2x2 in case we blow the IV or we have some excess bleeding. And then I have my pre-torn tape here from when I prepped it. Okay, just about now. That IV site should be ready to go. I'm going to open up my 20 gauge. A lot of times I prefer to use 18s, but 20s for using a patient video typically is a little more comfortable for the patient, so we're going to go with that one. This is a Gelco slide tab IV. They also have push button IVs, but here we use the Gelco slide tab. Okay, we are all prepped now and ready to go. Okay, going to insert, bevel up. I like to go at a very shallow angle, approximately 15 to 20 degrees. Okay, we're going to insert through the skin, bevel up, pop into the vein, advance a little further, and advance the catheter just like that. Okay, we have blood filled in the chamber to show that we're in the vein. At that point, we're going to release the tourniquet, just like that. At that point, I'm going to grab my lock flush, just like that. I'm going to screw off the tap, just like that. Then gently, I'm going to tamponade the vein just right above where the catheter is in his AC. Going to insert, flush, just like that. We're going to do a quick drawback to make sure we're in the vein. We are, just like that. We're going to flush it out. And we are in. Now, we need to secure the IV. So we're going to take our tegaderm or op site, going to put just right over the IV hub catheter, just like that. Tear off the rest of the tegaderm. And now here comes the tape job. In the field, I prefer a very solid, heavy tape job, just in case one of these could get pulled out. So I start by taking one of my thin pieces of tape and I'll do a reverse chevron right over the back there. I'm going to take this around, and just like that. Okay, just like that. And now we have a secured IV.